It's gigantic, isn't it? It's huge.
Indigenous Bangarang Elder Uncle Dozer Atkinson and his daughter Jiara took the Wodonga Landcare Group on a journey into the past along the Northern Beaches walking track, nestled by the Ovens River in Wangaratta, Victoria. The track weaves its way through majestic river red gum trees, some of them hundreds of years old. The real gems are historic scar trees, which were used by tribes to practice climbing on. They made tools for living such as canoes and containers from the bark. And there's even a hollow birthing tree used by expectant mothers to welcome their babies into the world.
Oh, this tree would be what we classify as ancient.
Yeah, this would be 700 year old as well. But you know that we just looked at that's why I was trying to shine that light. The red gum there was massive, you know. So this would be around 500 year old too. But there would have been other trees here that had the exact same foot climbing marks on them as well. But it would always been progressing because it was a place where the young girls were taught. There'd always be something here, you know. There'd always be
at least one foothold tree.
Yeah. Is what we call a tug along. So they're a miniature canoe that was removed and used by our women as a shopping trolley. But we do know that because of the shape of this, there was a water vessel taken from here, or a cooler. You know, and the women used our coolermans, of course, to hold water, to hold tucker, but also to place the babies in. When the babies were first born, you know, they were placed in a coolerman.
We've got a couple of examples that you guys can have a look at when we're eating lunch.
Yeah.
So you can see what it is.
Yeah. So this scar would have been taken off, and then not too long, a couple 100 years later, I don't know for sure, the tree had given up the ghost. So, but you'll see by the other scars as we get further, the healing process of this tree, we know it folds back in on itself and it completely heals itself once the scars happen on the gum tree. You know, we just with a natural tear, it's up to 15 years, and it'll completely heal itself with a natural limb fall or natural scar. So how these scars still survive today that we see that are on 200 or 300 year old trees, how they're still visible, tells us, along with stories, but limited stories, that there would have had to be an application put on there to slow down that healing process. This has been vandalised, of course, now, hence the reason why the cuts here. We had some young community members come and try and set this on fire. But back in the days when traditional days, of course, when there were women here, there was a constant fire here on the outside, and the smoke would have been fanned through or naturally sucked through this tree, and it would have been it's a huge chimney. So it's a signal, you know what I mean? So when this was being occupied, you know, it's the same as every other mob along the eastern coast. We use this form of signal right along the coast. You know, it's well documented by the early settlers, I'll say, but it was also documented by the First Fleet when Captain Cook came down the coast, mapped the coast. He'd seen that many chimneys or that many smoke fires, and they were done through, you know, so this was used, they were done so our fires, you know, huge. They would use leaves here that had a much better smoke effect than what we had at the start. And this, once they go through, they create their own vacuum, so they almost suck they do suck the smoke in and disperse it out the top. So.
This here is known as a birthing tree. You know, very, very sacred trees to women, especially us Bangarang women. You know, this is a living connection to women giving birth here.
An interesting fact about the birthing tree is how they were set up. It was a far cry from how women give birth today in hospitals. The base of the inside of the tree was prepared similar to a bird's nest, and there was foliage such as silver wattle and native pine placed for comfort. Around the outside were heated clay balls, which would create warmth inside the tree, even down to the benefits of charcoal lining on the tree provide antibacterial qualities, perhaps replicating the disinfectant they use in hospitals today.